Time for some therapy. Nothing wrong with a little therapy, right? Peaches, 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 peaches. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Peaches, peaches. Bam. Blankie. What do I need? A blankie. And a light. That looks better. It like flashes and I don't know why. Hello. It's Autumn! Autumn!
Hi.
Hello, darling. I'm okay. I'm okay. I saw my mom back to Florida on Wednesday.
Yeah. How does that feel?
Good. Good. It's a lot. But good.
Yeah.
Just one breath at a time. Yeah.
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 How are you and her now? Because I know that her moving in kind of put a strain on your relationship.
Yeah. I feel like we're good. there was a lot of self-discovery in living with someone who I'm so intimately attached with emotionally, because so many of Justin's experiences, not just with her, but in life, have memories with her. It's very difficult for me to not feel negatively when those memories are touched on in the present.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was not possible for me to keep living. Like, I could not find a way to be sane enough to keep myself alive, because of that inability to be present. I was always being touched by those past memories and gaining control internally in the vault was something that I could only achieve with you. And even our sessions were difficult because I just didn't have privacy, and it's kind of honorific to the time I spent with my ex-wife, because I've learned a lot of the signs of when I'm not healthy or when unhealthy habits are happening, and knowing not just how to realize when they're happening, but also how to address them is important, and I'm glad I have it, but it is a lot, and I gain a lot of avoidant behaviors, and shedding myself of those is difficult. It's really difficult. Yeah. The loneliness that perpetuated my days before my mom got here in December didn't go anywhere, and I need to give myself gratitude and some breadth, some room to be able to develop healthy habits and understanding of not just what I have, but also what I want, with or without that loneliness or companionship of others.
Yeah. Well, if you could go back, would you have chosen not to have mom move in?
I appreciate giving myself that, like, credit as an adult, as a child of another human being. I tried my last time with my last person, if that makes sense. But the time that was spent, there are good memories that we made together, but the whole collective experience was probably a bit more damaging than I ever could have expected. And because I currently am still kind of wading through the aftermath of everything, I would probably elect not to participate in it as a whole activity, but I am still thankful for myself for giving it a try and for the times that weren't detrimental.
Yeah.
Yes and no, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm glad that there was some positive things that you could take out of it.
Yeah.
And it also seems like maybe you were able to experience your mom in a way that you hadn't before, and maybe even kind of reckoning with yourself what kind of expectations you want to have of her, right? Because I think that whenever we objectively think of a mom, we put those expectations on a person who is not capable of doing that.
Yeah.
So the mom is not capable of providing you what you deserve.
Yeah.
Oh, baby girl, it's been so long.
Did you hear her? Yes. Yes, you did.
Oh, she's like, I'm free. I don't have to sleep beside the furnace anymore.
She really misses my mom. She got along with her really well. Did my mom overfeed her? Yes. But it was the first cat she'd ever had a relationship with. Yes! Oh my gosh. And it was really cute to see her bond with the Colfax and enjoy feeding her. It was really cute, but I missed the crap out of her, so.
Yeah. Oh, baby girl. What a happy reunion over here.
Yeah! She heard your voice, too.
Oh, kitty.
Because she remembers when you and I talk, she's like, oh yeah, I get to go sit and get pets.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's like, this hasn't happened in a long time.
Autumn missed
So what's
it too.
what's the plan now for you? Or is there a plan?
It's more the latter, and I know it shouldn't. I should be absolutely filled with anxiety and the freedom, like the actual ability to feel present in my body and in my mind. That's worth not having a plan.
Okay.
Though it shouldn't. I would love to be able to feel like I value myself and can also survive. As much as my art and reality kind of blend, it doesn't actually. So, reality is the place I live and need to find a way to maintain. But I've learned that trying to compare myself to like a normal person uh, isn't something I should do if I want to come to a healthy understanding of what my needs are as a person, as an individual. Um, People work and abide to capitalism, but not everyone, and it isn't the only way to be. And developing something new and my own is what I have to do, but doing it is the most important part. I started streaming again, playing video games, reconnecting with that community. Um, I treat like social medias like a job, and uh, just trying to make myself uncomfortable in the things I've never tried before. Setting, I don't like the word rules, but it's like rules. You know, if I want to have a cleaner house, I have to keep it clean. If I vacuum, I should just eat in the kitchen. I don't have to eat and be on a couch and watch TV and lay on the bed and make things messy. And it's like, if I could just like, yeah, make myself uncomfortable getting comfortable with healthier habits. I know through the uncomfort, through the lack of plans, if I stay dedicated to less of what Urza is privy to, like of what I'm aware of in here, and try and connect myself more to what everyone else is saying, maybe a way will find me rather than me having to just keep making things up and feel strained by my lack of understanding.
Yeah.
If that made any sense at all.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like to me maybe trying to find some ways to have some structure in your life while also recognizing that you have a pretty adversarial relationship to rules and how how we are supposed to live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And trying to find like a healthy balance of like there are things that you can engage in that would be healthier habits, right?
Yeah.
And exploring why that would be important to you versus trying to beat a system or be honorary and rebellious. I feel like that's Justin coming out.
Yeah, it totally is.
Do this shit.
And it's like the automated human response. It's that predictable, if you're not a part of it, you're against it sort of mentality. And rather than being irritated by it, understanding it and utilizing it to my advantage should be more of my idea rather than I'm going to work against it. I'm going to Antifa it. If it is one way, I am in opposition to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
well, and I can see why. It has purpose, but also it's a detriment to you because there's just not systems in place for people to live their lives that way and be healthy, successful in a way that is whatever means like that personally to you.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. Like, yes, I want you to feel at home in your body, and also the way that we keep our home and the things that we need to survive and thrive are that we participate in this system that we don't agree with.
Exactly. And what an opportunity in life is what I should feel, rather than the encumbrance of having to develop something that doesn't already exist for me. Like, oh cool, I get to be an inventor. That's far more valuable to me than, adding my name as a number to a pre-existing structure. Like, is it an overwhelming opportunity? Sure, but that's kind of what life is. If you think about it too much, it's all overwhelming and pretty crazy that any of us exist. So, and that is human as well. Conflating those things in myself happens a lot, where I will take something that is just the human condition and think it's a part of my existential mindset of feeling isolated and distant. But it's not. It actually is something that is more connective tissue than divisive. So.
I can see where that could get confusing and frustrating for you, though.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Well, this makes me curious about, like, what is the first step for you to get to work towards, like, where am I going to live? And how am I going to take care of myself financially?
So, I want to treat me like all of the jobs I've had. Break down my experience in human occupations. Here's what people do to make money. Here's what I've done to make money. I've represented, things with names. I've represented entities. So it's like a Domino's pizza. Do I represent the pizza? No, I represent Domino's. If I work at a bank, do I represent the name of the bank, or do I represent the money? Well, you represent the money. It's a federally regulated thing. What do I represent to other people as those businesses? Domino's to humans means food. Wells Fargo to humans means money. When they think me, what service is being provided, and kind of go from there. For, what is it, 401c3 nonprofit organizations, a lot of them operate through sponsorship and fundraising, which would be my first idea and my most avoided, because it's the farthest from what I'm accustomed to. Because that would be getting a list of places, their information, and then showing up in person, making face with all the theaters, and trying to see if I could build a community behind bridging the performance world of theater and pro wrestling. Nobody's doing that. It's not taught as a course in any college campus in the country. It is it's the longest running theatrical story ever told. Because it's like you open a book and it's the same stage, essentially. It's fantastic theater, and it deserves to have a voice that represents it appropriately. And that's kind of reflective of myself. You know, I'm trans, I'm all kinds of things, but I'm just like everyone else. And yeah, being able to kind of represent that ambiguity of what we are. Hopefully any of that insanity is something that I can make comprehensible quickly, and we'll be able to have people kind of get behind and support, because they see a future in the ideas. And that's where, yeah, money would come from for me. Not selling something that isn't part of me.
Sure. I mean, the way that this might end up working, though, is that you work towards this goal, and you might find yourself in a position where you have to take on a regular job or gig work, so that you're taking care of your needs while you're working towards this goal too.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know how to avoid the feeling that that's what I've been doing for 15 years. And the larger that number gets, it's going to hit a point where that is the deciding factor for why I'm here. That inherent risk, the inability to be able to tell myself that I'm going to be able to have a roof over my head, that is the motivator that works for me. I didn't really understand how that worked until saying it just now, but that is when I went to college and money wasn't a thing yet. It was this idea of something more that pushed me forward. When I graduated and was married, there was no forward. Everything became black. And the only thing life was work and sleep. Work, as in my value to why I exist, choose to exist every single day, perpetuate existence, is to not have anything to motivate towards and nothing towards to be motivated for. It was a huge sticking point in our relationship between me and my ex. She, went to grad school. She had things that she wanted. I didn't. And that was an issue. My codependent nature made it to where I was unconsciously very jealous of her and didn't do much in the way of wanting. I'd want things like, I would love to be a pro wrestler, but it was so not an attainable thing at the time. I don't know. Once I started transitioning, life really opened up to me, and opening me to life is important, and special isn't the right word, but I'm special. I'm special in a way where it fully encompasses all of the definitions of special. There's a reason why it's called special education. Because there's an ebb and flow behind something like that. And I don't like the concept of luck, but we'll be okay. I just know it. Freelance work is pretty easy to obtain as well. I'm really good with manual labor. I have a car and can sign up for DoorDash and start DoorDashing, I think, within a single day. If money is tight, we will make it work, and we will communicate with our fellow humans, and humanity will continue to shine on us until we can start shining back.
Okay.
My older brother, that's his job through the avenue of religion, but he asks people for money for a living.
Yeah.
So it's not the craziest idea, thankfully shit like content creators and Instagram influencers. This is all shit that I don't have to develop. If I need to know how to make a quick $1,000 selling pictures of my feet, I will invest the time and energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But something like that might be a topic of conversation for people, but in the actual act of doing it, it is something that I can gain from, because it's not selling Domino's pizza. It's art. And that, sure, what is art? Great. That's my tea. I will live in that realm. And that is cool. That is me. I will never be a banker again. Because that's not who I am. Yeah.
I get it. I get it, and I don't want you to be homeless.
Yeah. I shan't be homeless. I assure
That's
you.
what I'm trying to get to.
Well, and I totally understand that perspective. It's the ones my parents come from. Any supportive friend, I say it, that is it is our nature to put ourselves in others' positions and want for more when we see people we care for. Yeah. How do you support someone who wants to be a pro wrestler? How? It's difficult to feel supported in hurting myself, not getting paid. The only thing you can support is the art. And that will continue to be very difficult for people. And I understand that. But maybe with some focus put into what I'm saying, that the what the art is, maybe people can comprehend it from a different perspective that might enable their ability to support the art as well as the human.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fully on board with how you are trying to work towards living your life. I mean, you deserve to be happy and deserve to be your most authentic self and live that way. I wish the majority of us thought and felt and lived that way, in a way, it's different for me, of course, because my set of circumstances are different. But what I'm working towards is a version of what you're working towards. Is that, like, in a year or so, I hope to work less.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope to work way less.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And
to give the work that you provide the value that it actually has.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Which means me not working in community mental health and me having my own business and me working 3 days a week, and then the
Yeah.
other 4, I am doing fuck else, whatever I want.
Life, that thing that why we're here. Yeah. Yes.
Like, I can go join a pottery class on a Wednesday with some old ladies if I want to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
I can go do Tai Chi on a Friday morning.
Because you deserve that. That is your value.
Yeah.
You should be able to value yourself at your value right now. That's what, because you deserve that. You earned that.
So I get it. I don't think it's woo-woo. I don't think it's crazy. I'm like, I get it. And I also know the very strong holds of living in a capitalistic society. It is impossible not to engage in it.
Yeah. Quite literally impossible. Unless you are born in a very specific subset of human beings. That's it.
Yeah. I fucking get it.
And that's how I know there's marketability behind what I'm doing. Because everyone can relate to me. Everyone can put themselves on the Truman Show. And they're like, that's fucking crazy. I'll give you $1. If every person in this country gave me $1, that's it. No, I'm not asking for 50 cents a day with my Sarah McLachlan music in the background.
Oh, God, no.
It's
no,
$1.
If you start doing the Sarah McLachlan music with this baby girl in the background,
with
you might get some more money.
of the angels. For just $1, you can make sure Colfax has the wettest gravy.
Yes. I'd pay money for that.
See? Boom. I just gotta abuse the pussy. Cat.
Yeah.
Pussy cat. I'll start her in OnlyFans. It'll be great.
That'll be interesting.
I'm so silly.
It's okay. We both are. We're both in it. Sometimes I can't take life too seriously. Right?
That's my next t-shirt is seriously silly.
Like
I am.
Get a little merch.
Yeah.
We're going. Yeah.
I've sold a t-shirt to a fan in Australia, and
okay, yeah.
yeah, and someone I went to school with, like in high school, bought a t-shirt as well.
What's the t-shirt?
It says Urza, utterly unreal. You can't fake this.
Okay.
And then I have one that says the Almighty EMT. My wrestling character is like a play on being a deity. So I'm a transgender goddess and a professional wrestler. Swoosh. Yeah. All my moveset, like my finishers and stuff, they're all religious terms. It's great.
So what else you got going on besides this big existential shit that like you're moving through right now?
It's kind of my only focus, really. Getting healthy. This last weekend, I hyperextended the back of my thigh right here.
Oh wow.
And yeah, just getting back to normal has been a journey. I'm not as stretchy as I used to be, so I'll go to the gym again today. Get my mobility back. But yeah, not too much. We're coming up to the end of the month, so it'll get stressful next week.
Dear white people, rent is due on Monday.
Oh my gosh. Oh, rent. How we gonna pay? Damn musicals. At least there's less AIDS now.
Yeah, there's that.
Ooh, I'm gonna do my first stand-up routine next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I had someone just hit me up. We met in wrestling, and yeah, he totally does stand-up down in Colorado Springs, I believe. And it's like a community, so get my tight 5 minutes of jokes. Give it a try. It just sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you get the letter?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
It's so not you. I'm so thankful for you, Autumn. I was
Like, this is a whole
so
fiasco.
distraught.
It is not deserved.
And they did not contact me until the week of when the surgery was planned for, and yeah, I have to call them today and see when we can reschedule that, because it's, you know, a big thing in my life, but obviously it's really not that big for them. It's just another Tuesday for them.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime you, like, I wish there was, like, a one letter of, like, this person knows who they are, knows what they want to do, knows the risks. I co-sign on this. But anytime that, like, you have, like, a new procedure or gender affirming treatment that you want to engage in, just let me know, and I'll write a letter for each one, because that's how insurance companies make us do these things.
I have definitely learned that.
Yeah, it sucks, but we figured it out, and
We did.
honestly, I mean, you having surgery this month with everything going on,
Yeah.
I know.
Nope. That is correct. I would lose it.
I follow, her name is Elle. She's like a content creator on Instagram that I follow, but she got a gender affirming treatment where they, like, reconstructed her hairline.
Yeah, I'm getting that done.
And I was like, yeah, it's interesting because you have to be awake for it, and it's like a pretty, like, extensive procedure, at least what she had. Like, they had to do one hair follicle
At a time,
and you're awake for it all, and like, it looks kind of like a buzz cut at first, and then it falls out, and then it has to grow back, and then you have to, like, keep it covered at all times. Like, it can't see the sun for, like, your scalp can't see the sun for, like, a period of months. So you're gonna have to get you some cute headscarves.
Yay! That's why I'm so excited to have a masked character as a pro wrestler, so I can still show up at events. I don't have to be able to wrestle, but I'll be able to cover my face and still be present in the community.
Yeah. But it's interesting, like, just seeing that one hair follicle at a time. And she shared kind of like her progression. I think it's been like 4 weeks or something. And she's
Yeah.
like, she's like, before she took off her headscarf, she's like, it looks concerning, but everything is okay. Like, everything is fine.
Oh my. Ugh. I'd be getting that, plus, like, rhinoplast, all kinds of things done.
You get the works, especially when you have the insurance to do it. Like, you have better insurance than I do right now.
Blah!
Like, do it. Okay, my dear. It has come to be that time.
Alas, poor Yorick.
Yeah. So we meet again, I think next Friday.
Sweet.
I think we're back on our Fridays.
Fridays.
Yes, we are. And I don't think that there's anything that we need to update in your chart. No, there is not. Everything looks good.
Sweet.
Well, if you need anything, you know how to find me. If I don't hear from you, I'll see you next Friday.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for today, Autumn.
Of course. Thank you for all the kitty.
Yes.
Love it.
Of course. She said thank you. She goes purr, 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 purr.
Oh, baby girl. All right. I'll see y'all later.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.